Thank you.
Karibu sana. Thank you so much
sana.
for joining us once again.
Thank you so much.
It's a privilege to have you here.
It's been long.
I know.
I missed you guys. I'm glad to be back.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Please kindly introduce yourself before we get into the conversation. I'm burning. I am burning.
Yeah, I'm cool, calm and collected. Grace Destiny. Some of you know me, some are new. So I'm Grace Destiny. I'm a life coach and a counselor. And I love speaking about life, especially the upcoming issues of life. I work with Destiny Life Skills. And I'm glad to be here. What else do I need to say? I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter,
a sister.
I'm not yet a grandmother, a sister.
You just mentioned to me you're also the sister to Jimmy, Pastor Jimmy, who we had
Pastor
a few
Jimmy
weeks
is my
ago.
brother in love, married to my one and only sister. And I want to send a shout to him. I know he was seated, I was very, very excited when you were interviewing him about the Living a Significant Life, the book.
In marriage.
And actually he's doing a tour with the book. And on Sunday, if you're in Kitengela, kindly join Harvest Family Church Kitengela on Sunday. He'll be there for the book launch in the afternoon.
Oh, nice.
Yes, not the book launch, but the book tour. I hope some people have been contacting for the same. You know, in this life, even in whatever topic we are discussing, you need to know your significance.
True. You need to know why you're here.
Yeah, to know whether you are going to charge or not for your services.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
It's a privilege. It's a privilege to have you here.
Thank God.
Now let's get into the conversation for today. Being a stay-at-home wife or a stay-at-home mom is a payable job. It's a full-time. Has been declared rather a full-time job payable at the end of the month. What do you think?
I want to talk to people cross-board. My age mates, your age mates, because definitely we're not in the same.
I know.
And older than us. And you've said about two things.
Yeah.
Stay-at-home wife
and stay-at-home mom.
Stay-at-home wife and stay-at-home mom.
Yes.
So which one are we paying? The wife or the mom? We can start from that point.
I think this is one person. You just said you're a wife and a mom.
Yes.
So if we were to pay you, we would pay you as the wife or as the mom.
That's what I want to understand.
I also know that there are people who are wives and they're not mothers.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the others who are mothers and they are not wives.
Yes.
So, who is actually the person to pay?
According to what I have read, it says stay-at-home moms, and it says both. Yeah. According to the article I just read, you guys, it says both. Stay-at-home moms and stay-at-home wives.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm asking who is to pay. The one to be paid is the woman. Because the woman is the mother and the wife.
I assume, according to the article I just read, when she came up with this rule, or rather with this law, she was solving a matrimonial dispute. So
between a husband and a wife.
So on the grounds of payment is between a husband and a wife.
And I'd like us to go back a bit, because when you're doing such a ruling, you can't just come from nowhere and start arguing over this and making a ruling. There must be something that really brought this up. We look at the background. Every family has the way they have set up themselves, and there's the way they live. Making such a ruling, it's okay, because we can't condemn anything. Your opinion is valid. My opinion is valid.
Yes.
And I've come here as Grace Destiny in my capacity as a life coach and a counselor, looking at love, looking at the reason, the main reason why we come together as a man and a woman, a husband and a wife. It starts as a spark.
Yes.
The feeling is mutual. And we badly want to live together. We want to merge our lives and be one and be happy. At what point do we get to that level whereby I feel like I'm being oppressed by doing what a wife should? We are talking about a stay at home, meaning I don't leave in the morning to go and work.
Exactly.
He leaves to go and work, and I stay at home. Where did it all start?
I would like to think that most likely when I fell in love, when that spark showed up, when I wouldn't want my life to be my life without this particular man, we moved in. But then at the time when we were falling in love, I may have been a career woman. And then this man comes into the picture
the way you started.
And makes me understand why I should, stay home, take care of our kids, and makes me understand, or I don't want to use the word manipulate.
No, just use it.
Ananiingiza box.
Reasons
that's manipulation. Reasons as to why I should stay at home and take care of the kids and not go to work because he'll provide for everything.
Yes.
And I normally like to ask, in the event that man is not in the picture, where do you as a woman go? Where do you start?
Where do you start?
Yeah.
That's the point.
So I think that's what has sparked up this entire conversation whereby this woman may have been a career woman or not.
Yeah.
But that specific time you've spent together, maybe up to 20, people stay at home stay together for even more than 20 years and they still break up.
It's true.
They do. But then maybe I would have been someone somewhere within that period of 20 years.
True.
But because I dedicated my life to you, I chose to bring up our children and you go make the money, you be the provider and all those things.
So let me come back to that statement.
Yeah.
I dedicated my time to you.
Yeah.
My life.
Out of love.
To you. Out of love. To you.
Yes.
Who is you?
The man.
So staying home entails cooking for your husband
and children.
Washing his clothes. We've not yet
had children.
Because first of all, we are talking about dedicating my life to you. Why are we not charging the children? Because they are not
the children.
Thank you. So whose children are they?
Ours.
Thanks. And why can't you also pay yourself? Let me tell you, it's not adding up. I'm sorry I come here as a controversial person.
It is okay, which is very understandable,
It's good to be realistic. We are looking at one point.
Yeah.
Na ndio maana nikakuuliza, are we talking about stay at home moms or wives or both?
As per the article, it was both. It says both.
Then, if we are talking about, we are going to deal with each categorically.
Yes, please.
If I am a stay-at-home wife and I need payment, it means I'm serving my husband. And I'm now in the same category as the housewife, the house girl. Because when the house girl washes clothes, cleans the house, cooks, and does the other chores, they expect a salary.
Yes.
I do the same, I expect a salary. So where do I stand as the owner of the home? Where do I put the balance between this is my home?
I am not a house girl in my own home.
Yeah, thank you. That's what exactly I'm asking. So that I may be paid.
Yeah.
Where is the thin line between the owner of this home, where now I want to step in as the wife, where this is my home, meaning my man, even if he get another woman, he can't bring that woman in that home because it's my home. How do you have your cake and eat it at the same time? You want to charge for being here as a wife, and you want authority at the same time for being here.
Imagine I have nothing to say.
Thanks. Can we close the show and go home?
I have nothing to say.
No, that is the truth. Is it not sounding like the truth?
It is.
Because I want to be this wife, respected, honored by my husband, given this kind of respect that my children also will know that I'm the mother. I gave birth to you unconditionally. I love you and I give my best to you as my children. So at what point am I paid to raise my kids? At what point am I paid to clean my house? At what point am I paid to serve my husband? And do I also expect favors from him?
Yeah.
No. I should also pay him for sex. Sorry. For the seeds that he gives me to give my friend. You shouldn't have called this person. This is not logical.
So now it only means that if I'm being paid, based on if I understand it clearly, if I'm being paid, I am typically a housemaid.
Yeah.
So my man is also open or allowed to go have another woman now who will be the authority.
He doesn't even have to have another woman elsewhere. He can replace me at any time, just like you can replace your house girl. Because if you don't serve,
because typically you're hired, so he can hire and fire as he pleases.
That's it. I know there are women who are jumping up on this. They don't know the underlying issues that can come out of. Men can decide to pay us.
I know.
Oh no, why not?
I know they can.
They'll even pay you to sleep with them.
There are men who do already. They're there. I've seen them. They're there.
There's paying and there's appreciating.
Yes.
Can we now?
So what is the difference?
The difference.
Where do you place the difference?
The difference is payment is an agreement. We agree. These are my duties and this is the pay. And after some time, we counter check and we evaluate and we raise the salary. Or if you think I'm not serving you the right way, you can even reduce the salary. You can fire, you can replace. Appreciation means I really appreciate
the things you do.
And in this money that I make, we can agree that this portion can be coming to your account. not as a payment, but as a, like the way I would save from different banks or save in different circles. As a husband, I can feel I'll be entrusting this portion for you. Maybe you would like to advance yourself in a way. You like to develop yourself in some way. You may want to help someone in your family.
It's even the ones who like start for you a biashara to boost you and build you.
Exactly.
Well. Yeah.
Appreciation is not demanded.
It should be willingly.
It should be willingly.
Yeah.
Where we started, we said, as you're coming into each other's lives, you have an agreement.
Oh, yeah.
And most women, you said, that a man can approach you and not even manipulate you, but convince you to stay at home and raise the kids, depending on where he's coming from. There are men who believe that house girls are a no-go zone. They should not be employed and they should never exist. So you agree. It's not supposed to be a command. It's supposed to be an agreement. In this agreement, most of the problems that we have is that women go with their hearts and they leave their heads behind.
That I agree. Yeah, that I agree.
So they swim there fully and they are like, whatever you say, my lord, is okay. Then you realize,
when you say
this
jump,
guy doesn't even,
how high?
Yeah, you're like, oh, this guy doesn't even care whether my hair is done or not, but he's shaving every day and he's doing a massage. He even does his manicure.
Has a new shirt every
But as
week.
for me, he's wondering, why am I even clean and I'm not leaving the house?
He's not even noticing my nails are not done.
He's not even noticing. Then that is where you come in and start bringing this kind of laws.
So at what
if
point,
only our girls can be empowered.
Yeah.
That is my argument.
I'd like to think that girls nowadays are a bit empowered.
Not
Like you
really.
said earlier, our generations are different. Personally, from where I stand, I'd like to imagine girls of my generation are a bit more empowered. A bit more empowered.
How?
How?
I'd like to know how.
In terms of knowledge.
Knowledge.
Especially knowledge and information. Like, we know that you should have some conversations before you get into a matrimonial argument.
It's one thing to know and it's one thing to do. Are they doing it?
Okay.
Let me tell you why
I'm doing it.
That's where I'm coming in.
I don't know.
Look at the girls right now. Let's walk right where we are.
Yeah.
We are in a premises of a university. We have students outside here.
Yes.
Girls and boys. How many girls are right now as we are here holding this conversation? Schools are on. The lecturers are in class.
Yeah.
Like the sessions are on. The school is ongoing.
It's running, yes.
There are girls right now who are in the hostels
cooking breakfast.
Cooking breakfast and washing clothes.
Yeah,
and the guys are in class.
Yes.
So is that empowerment? Thank you.
No. But then, no, I beg to differ.
Continue.
That's a different group of girls in campus.
And how many are
There's
there?
also the group of girls that woke up this morning and they could never miss their class.
So it's balanced.
It's balanced.
It's balanced.
It's balanced.
So we can say,
let's not acknowledge that group of
they are
girls
there.
who know why they're here.
Of course. And that means they are preparing for their future.
Yes.
That girl who is foregoing the pleasure, because the one who is cooking is also enjoying some pleasure.
Yeah.
That the other one is not enjoying.
Which is temporary pleasure.
Which is temporary.
Yeah.
And they have not thought about it that way. But this one who is sacrificing herself, it means she values her future more than her present.
Goal. Yeah.
Yes. She can see afar about her future.
Yeah.
So this girl meets a guy. Can we start from that point? This guy tells her, I don't want you to work. She will be like, dude,
you must be
I
mad.
went to school. I sacrificed myself.
Yeah.
I've invested in my education so that I can be someone in the community. Do you think that girl will settle with a man who is convincing her to stay at home?
I don't like telling my story, but that's part of my story. My story looks something like that. It looks somehow like that. Those who know me know. Those who know my personal story, they know that my story looks something of that kind. I met someone immediately after I finished campus, and he convinced me why
you should
why I should be
Ariona, you remember itaibiwa. You are very beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. And things did not work out well for the same reasons, for the said reasons.
Good.
So I think it's also you as an individual, how assertive you are, and the kind of goals you have for yourself,
and the people you attract, because sometimes you find that you have dated several men with the same attribute. They treat you this way, and the second one does the same. You must sit and ask yourself, do they know each other? No. Do they exchange notes? No. So who is the problem? You're attracting the kind of people.
There's someone who once told me, there's someone who once told me that as a woman, you're a beautiful woman. You will attract everything. But then you might say that the kind of men I attract, like you're saying, are this kind of men in particular. The men are not the problem. It's you. You're attracting everything, but you choose to choose.
Actually, you don't choose to choose. let me tell you the psychological part of it.
You are attracted to
your makeup, what nature has made you. Maybe you have grown out of a broken family, or maybe a place where you never experienced love.
Your traumatic experiences,
childhood traumas, and you have a vacuum in your heart that is so hungry for love, so you can settle for anything. That's why you attract people who can abuse you, because you are prone. You are actually vulnerable. So in this set of rules that have been set, or rather the ruling that has been done, it is okay. It can work for some people, but it has to come from the man to feel like I want to appreciate my woman in monetary way. Because there's a question you asked. In case I live without working and I'm expecting this man to do everything for me, or rather he's footing all the bills for me. In case he's not in my life, what will I do? Even if he
I normally
pays
ask
you,
that question as well,
this does not work for the payment. Because even if he pays you, he is now your boss. So when he dies with your salary. You'll have to go somewhere and start from zero. So it is not adding up.
But you see, either way, paid or not, if that man dies, you'll still go to zero.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's based on the conversation we just had. Based on the article I just read.
Yes.
These individuals, the ones who had matrimonial conflicts, it was said that the woman was a housewife, or rather a stay-at-home mom, for very many years. But at the end of the marriage, she walks out with nothing. What is it based on? It's happening. But it's being based on the fact that she walked in with nothing.
And so she's working.
And you stay at home. So you never used to earn a salary. You never used to earn a salary. So basically, everything that has been done, the home I have bought, the furniture, the land, everything, the vehicles we are driving, are me.
Yes.
So that is the argument. So it is being said for the woman not to walk out empty-handed.
In case of walking out.
In case of walking out. That is when it is being said they should be earning a salary.
It's not only even payment. It's not only even about working out. It's even about death of the spouse. Like the husband dies and the whole of the village comes to take what belongs to their son, and the woman is a victim because nothing is on her name. And actually she also knows, and the family knows, she has not been working. That is why I'm talking about this man. As for me, my eyes on the man. So we pin it on the man. Yes. It is where it is the man's responsibility to define a woman. Yes, to define his woman. If you have convinced her to sit at home and do those things that you don't want her to go and work, it is your responsibility to ensure that she's compensated. There's a guy, a friend of mine, and I think I don't mind mentioning his name. His name is Jackson Gugi. Anafanya biashara Naivasha, place called Stavik Electricals. I know almost half, the last time I checked, half of his wealth is under the wife's name. But the wife does his business. So whatever he's doing, he can say it's my money because it's his business. The wife walks in there and sells and does whatever she's doing. But because the man is sensitive, that's why I'm saying it's about the man. The man is supposed to define his woman, know what to give to your wife, know which authority to put on your wife. Paying is not... It's not sounding very good. Because when I pay you, you are my servant. And you have to answer to my orders. And your orders don't have a voice towards me. I am your boss.
It's just that I'm answerable to my boss. It's the same way I would be answerable to my husband.
And if you feel like you can't cope, you just leave. Meaning that is not a marriage anymore. It's a contract. It's a business. It's a business and a contract. And some things cannot be valued with money. Like, for example, how much do you pay a woman? Let's say there's a salary. Then boom, boom, boom. So we are together. So you're my husband. I'm pregnant. Do we hike the salary? Or we do it because not per kid. Listen, my argument is here. You are pregnant. So you are no longer active as you used to be. Should I reduce the salary? Because you are not serving as... Now, the time you're in maternity, you undergo CS, those are like 3 months you're supposed to not work, not do many things. Do we reduce your salary or we still pay you?
But I'm pregnant.
For?
See, I'm caring for your child.
For me. So you're not the mother.
No.
So it's for me. That's why I needed you to say my evil. Actually, I knew you were coming there.
But ni wako.
Ni wangu. So wewe hauna part. Meaning, ukideliver like this, I can take the child and go wherever I want and you should never claim. Thanks. It doesn't make sense. The whole thing is...
Now, allow me to ask. Let's just assume we can now pay them. How do you differentiate between a doctor, a farmer, a shopkeeper, and a Buddha guy?
What do you mean?
How?
How do you differentiate?
How do you differentiate? Like, obviously, a doctor a doctor would pay better. How do I?
Or a doctor husband, a boda husband
like that.
You should receive the salary as per your boss. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. This is KUTV.
Yes.
We have other media houses.
Yeah.
This pays different. The others, each station pays different. So how do you negotiate your salary?
Depending on how big the firm is.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So you negotiate your salary from the kind of your boss. If your boss is boda guy, receive the 50 shillings every day. Make your hair with 20 bob. And
which also allows me to ask, so if I get my salary, is it just like as I get my salary from my boss? You know, I know that my salary should pay my rent, should pay my hair, should encompasses everything.
Yeah.
So if I get my salary from my husband, should I also ask for nail money, hair money?
No, you have been paid.
I have been
take care of yourself. And also pays part of this house because you are living in here.
We are both working.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are both working and we are paying. At least take care of one bill. Maybe food, pay electricity. it's not adding up. That thing was overlooked. If you go into details, it just
getting into details. I do agree it was overlooked.
And at the same time, there's a time you feel like a wife, you want to buy a present for your husband. You still use the same money that he paid you. Will it make sense to him?
Technically, even nowadays, we still use the money we are given.
No problem, but at least he knows he didn't pay you.
Okay.
It wasn't a salary. That relationship can really, really get nasty.
Na mshahara ikichelewa tunakosana.
Si ndio hivyo sasa.
Sitapika sapa.
Na akifutwa job.
We are both jobless.
We are both jobless. So tufanye.
Sasa tunaangaliana tu.
Like what I would like us to say is that we must let me go back to something else. What are the duties of a wife, whether working or not working?
Taking care of the family and the home, building the home generally.
So what are the specific activities that it's the woman who is supposed to do?
We have conjugal, have the conjugal benefits, or rather conjugal rights.
Yeah.
We have, but I think some of this they swing both ways, but let's just, like conjugal swings both ways, yeah?
Of course.
For the man and the woman.
Yeah.
There is, if it's a stay-at-home wife, right?
No, I'm saying about a wife, stay at home or not.
Taking care of the house, making sure there's food, the house is clean, the kids are okay, the man is well dressed, he's well fed, his needs are met emotionally, physically, sexually.
Wow.
Praying for the home.
Of course. Now let me ask, is it a must or is it by...
It's by choice.
It's by choice.
It's by choice.
Is it a pleasure or is it a pressure? Those are the things we should consider here.
No, let me throw that to the audience. Is it a pressure or a pleasure to do all these things as a wife?
Kikuyus are not allowed to pronounce this. Is it a pressure?
Is it a pleasure or a pressure? As we get into that, so let's now switch up the conversation.
All right.
Stay-at-home dads. Should the wives pay them?
Of course, if the husbands are paying, the wives should also pay.
Really?
Aye. Now, this stay-at-home dads, by the way, what do they do? Let's start from that point. They wake up, they clean your shoes, they iron your clothes. What do they do?
I've not seen them ironing clothes, but
what do they do? Maybe
I would think mostly stay-at-home dads normally have helpers. From what I've seen, they normally have helpers.
So in short, there's no stay-at-home dads. Can we agree on that?
Sorry?
There are very few, almost none.
No stay-at-home dads. I know a few, but they normally have helpers.
Okay.
They have nannies. Those nannies sometimes end up being wives, but they have nannies. They have nannies.
They're everywhere. They are shaking. They're everything in front of this man. And men are eyes on. Na wewe ukikuja na mzanga unakula makuli. Na unamuuliza daddy. This marriage thing.
So they stay-at-home dads. I've not seen a stay-at-home dad without help because we know our men.
Yeah.
Someone I know likes to say men are different creatures. Men think about cars. Men think about houses.
Yeah.
Men think about animals.
Yes.
The way men's brains have been created is not how our brains have been created.
Very true. And we can't make them us.
Exactly.
And we can't make ourselves them.
You won't leave your man in the house, or rather a stay-at-home dad in the house, and expect to find the house as clean as it would have been otherwise. So I don't know. We pay them as well.
We are supposed to go back to the drawing board and find out what are the roles of a man.
Yeah.
And what are the roles of a woman. What there are statements that have been carelessly used, and I somehow disagree with them.
Yeah, like which one?
What a man can do, a woman can even do better. That is a very good statement to encourage women and to motivate girls. It is called empowerment statements. But vitu kwa ground ni different.
There's someone I saw saying the other day, since what a man can do, a woman can do better.
Yeah.
Kuna job opportunity hapa, we need 5 women wakuje tubebe bags za simiti.
Yeah. And then mbebe.
And that's when I realized.
And even the next time you get a man, so you can do better. Impregnate him.
Oh wow.
Make sure he carries that baby very well.
Wow. Oh wow. Really? Marry that man. Marry that man.
Marry that man. Make him
Propose
pregnant.
to him.
Kneel down.
Hey,
put a ring on it.
Never be me.
We got to. The problem here is, yesterday I was discussing with another friend of mine. We were talking, and shout out to the person. We were discussing the purpose. And we said, when the purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable.
Yeah.
If I took a cup and I don't know the work of a cup, I can go put soil in it. I want to eat food and I'm carrying a cup and I'm like, mbona chakula ni kidogo, because I don't understand the purpose of a cup. One of the problems why we have all these big debates is because we have not come to understand, men have not understand the value of a woman. And even women themselves,
I was about to ask the same,
have not even known their own value.
Yeah.
They have not known the value. That's why we have a topic that has never hit an end about submission. When even right now, when I've said submission, your cheeks are red. Especially this beautiful generation. When you say submission, they hear humiliation. Even the spelling is different. But that is what gets into a woman.
If it's double T or double S.
Then, I know. Because you feel like you are suppressed, you're oppressed. You don't understand that when a woman submits, she rules. It is in submission that a woman rules. Only when you understand the psychology of a man. I
wish you could hear what I'm hearing in my ears right now.
What are you hearing?
The men. I say ukisema president
mimi bila kupingwa. No. It is not even about them feeling powerful. It's about us being powerful in submission. When a woman submits, the man is paralyzed. That is why unasikianga amekaliwa. Hakuna atijuju, aiko. When a woman submits the right way, she rules her family.
What is the right way?
The right way is knowing your place. Sitting on your seat like this.
Like this. Unmovable, untouchable.
Unmovable. And then you use your ability to humble yourself. These sons of Pharaoh, they are not powerful.
I know that I am.
But when you try to equal with him,
that's where you lose the battle.
He flexes his muscles,
and
you will understand where you belong. You don't even have any.
I have
so you'll have to go back to where you belong by force, by fire. Now, Talia.
Okay.
Why do you want to cry?
Imagine.
You want to sit and say, Acha Mimi, because there are women nowadays. Their men cheat, they also cheat. And they feel like you can face your man like this and tell him, kwani mimi sina feelings, my friend.
Kwanza unamkumbusha hata wewe ni mrembo kuliko.
Jobon utakuwa naye.
True. But
so,
then,
when it comes to this payment, it is all a concussion of misunderstanding of purpose, not really knowing where we stand.
So can we say, before we started the conversation, you told me most of these problems occur because as you're getting into marriage, as you're getting into this lifelong commitments, you don't talk about these things.
Yeah. We fly into them on the table. We don't actually walk into marriage. We fly into it. And when we touch base with the reality, everything is very different.
Chaotic. Starting
from the man. If you talk to men, they'll tell you they're so stressed up. Immediately after marriage, and they realize what they got themselves into, they want to get out. And they're like, oh my God, this commitment, like I have to say where I am at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Like I can't come home late, I will be asked. Like someone is taking my phone to check who is chatting with me. 3 months ago, I was alone in my house. Nobody was asking me about. It's not easy for both of them because nobody prepares young men and young women for marriage.
So where do we start?
We start from that point.
Learn how to have conversations.
You see, we go to school to learn about what we will do for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
But nobody teaches us on how to live with that person for the rest of your life.
True.
You guess your way to marriage.
They say marriage is the only certificate you get before you actually do the exam.
Yeah, and you learn the job on it.
Yeah, you learn on the job.
Yeah. So, can we get some forums where people are prepared? Because if you talk to a girl and make her feel like taking care of your home is not actually sio kutumiwa vibaya, it's a privilege to have your home the way you want it and to feel nice about how in charge you are in your home. Doing things for your husband is not like he's ruling over you. You are simply treating him as the king he is.
No, that is the submission.
That's the submission.
Yeah.
You treat him not because, and that is where you realize, ukikosana na bwana yako, you are not serving, you are not doing this. That's stupid.
No, keep doing it.
Keep doing it because that is you are doing what you love.
You're also losing nothing by doing it.
Actually losing nothing.
Yeah.
So when those girls can understand that, they won't have to fight and they won't have to feel like they are being used. When you're in love, and this is natural, I believe it. When you're in love and you've not started calculating issues, you feel nice doing those things to that man. So at what point do you start feeling like you're being used?
When you start having conflict.
And when you don't understand, when you start forgetting who you are as a woman.
Before you get into it, speaking of knowing who you are as a woman, can we also say before you get into marriage, make sure you have found yourself as an individual?
Yes, and make sure you have yourself.
Yeah.
Don't walk into that marriage and
now start
some people, what they do, because of not knowing who you are tired of yourself. So when you get a man, you throw yourself into that man and you pick him. You exchange yourself with him. You start living his life. You stop living your life. So at some point, he'll also get bored because the person he fell in love with is no longer there. Sometimes the beauty of a woman is in her fullness of herself. Yeah. You're full of yourself. You are confident of yourself. You love yourself so much until love is vibrating around you. So you attract more love.
When we had a conversation with Pastor Jimmy, he said the same thing. You find yourself first. Yes. He finds himself first. In that when you get together, you are two whole individuals bringing your energy together.
But you see, because of the kind of community we have right now, we have away moms, away dads. Like the home is not as it used to be kitambo.
Yeah.
Children are hungry of love. So you're finding an individual who is looking for love in another individual. And then the other individual is also looking for love.
So if it's a daughter is looking for her father in this man, and vice versa. The boy is looking for a mother in this woman.
So you're supposed to be a wife and a mother. He's supposed to be a father and a husband. And he's empty and you're empty. Two empty vessels looking for content.
Make the most noise.
Oh, lo. Because I'm expecting. You're expecting. So niko hapa nangoja ukuje, uko hapo nangoja nikuje. Who will come to who?
It's a lot of conflict.
Yes.
Kugongana tu.
Yeah. So I feel like in this nation, or rather in this generation, we need to have forums where people can be equipped. The way we go to school to study, you did journalism and you really put a lot of energy in it. Yeah. Can we have forums where young people are trained to first of all love themselves? Even it doesn't matter where you were brought up. Nisawa, you never got love from your home, but please gain some love for yourself. Have some value for yourself. Build a wall for yourself, so that when that person comes, they'll also have something to get from you as you get something from them. Because we are going to have very chaotic families. Look at the deaths that are happening. Murder, killings everywhere. Because people cannot handle disappointment. They don't have the capacity to handle pain. People have been brought up with akuna no. We're not telling our children that there's pain ahead. We don't train our kids to handle pain.
Kids nowadays don't get vitamin no.
No. It is vitamin no is not available. Iliisha kwa chemist. Haziko. So we are here, and then this girl or this boy grows and goes and meets another human being. And the answer is a no. They can't stand it. They take poison or they shoot themselves. And we have to really get to a point where instead of making such rulings, I'm sorry, we should be coming up with a solution that will help both ways.
How do we come up with a solution? Do we have forums? Do we have conferences? How do we get into these conferences?
The concept of counseling and mental health is growing slowly. Not very fast, because initially it was not even there. It was something unasikia mtu akisema naenda kufanywa counseling nini, naenda kuambia mtu shida zako afanye. And at least nowadays it is in a mere kidogo.
I've heard so many people say this. A lot of psychologists say that the psychological business is going to be a very big business.
Yeah.
The way people are going.
Tutaomoka.
Clearly. The way things are going.
But that is not even the case. The case is if only the big heads, like the government, the churches,
would acknowledge power.
This, and I actually empower that docket with finances and everything, so that it can even be easy for people to approach such services, so that we can have forums, especially in between, like for example, after class 8, there's what a child should be equipped with. A girl, before going to high school, kuna ile information they're supposed to have as wakibarehe, they're becoming teenagers. They should know how to handle themselves, so that it becomes like a build-up thing.
It's the way we normally see boys, when boys go to they are taught how to be men. But when girls transition,
they have no one. They transition kisirisiri, umeanza kunyesha pads, unapewa hivi nyuma ya mlango.
Unaambiwa tamtoonyeshangi
mtu. You don't even understand why unanyesha. So the next thing you are pregnant at the age of 10. So we need that smooth transitioning. We need people who can even volunteer to talk to young people so that they can get equipped. When after Form 4, that is the time, stop telling your girls, usiolewe mpaka ufike 30 years. Stop confusing these children. Let's tell them marriages are working and marriages are good. Whoever wants to get married, they can get married. Whoever doesn't want to get married, hiyo ni shauri yake. But let's not badmouth marriage, especially us who are married already. I don't want to tell my daughter, wewe takuolewa ndio ulialie. So I'm like, nata, you're not even told them unalianga nini wewe. It is our parents who tell us wacha kukimbilia ndoa. You are not even telling them why. So tell them the truth. Marriage can work and it can fail. So be equipped as an individual that even if it works,
it's just like every new thing you work yourself
exactly
into,
like a job.
Marriage job.
You can get a job and you can be fired. Yes. So let them know I have myself to live with for the rest of my life. The rest is by fate. If I live with the other person for the rest of our lives, it's a blessing. If it doesn't happen, I have
At least you tried.
I have me. I have
and
me.
You came out of it alive.
Yes, you came out of it alive. You were there before the person existed in your life, and you can still go on with your life as they exit. So those are the things we need to tell our young people. Not to corrupt their minds with half-baked information. Because you come and tell your daughter, unataka kuolewa ulie kama mimi. First, umemwambia unalianga. Hujamwambia reason ya kuoa kwa
hata hapo anajua unalianga.
So unamscare na anaanza kukuhurumia. We are torturing our children. Na ndio nikauliza, as we were starting this topic, are we being paid for being even the mothers to our children? Because some of these roles that we do in the house, 3/4 of them go to the children.
I know.
So are we also tired of raising our kids that we want someone to pay us for the same? Let's think about the whole conversation, because some of us will rush to that and go and demand to be paid by our husbands. Ask yourself whether you also want to lose your authority as a wife, and you also want to lose
the authority as a mother.
The
because power you hold.
The power you hold. And even the recognition, the child. When a child realizes the way the mother has really sacrificed for them, they feel the attachment. You feel good and you feel loved by that mother. But when you can't realize that your mother was paid to raise you, she's just one of the house girls who overstayed in your family.
Wow, overstayed.
Yeah, because they never left eventually.
Now, at what point do we draw the line? At what point do we say, this is it? We cannot pay. And as individuals, if I get into a relationship or if I get into a marriage, nisifikirie pesa. At what point do you know you're ready?
You're ready for marriage? At what age?
Or rather, let me rephrase the question. There is the campus students we spoke about a few minutes ago. Wenye saizi wako very busy wakipika breakfast, wakianika nguo, badala ya kuattend class. Those individuals, I'm sure
and maybe sometimes they leave that gate. I was in my university. The kind of relationships that were growing there, Nikitambo, by the way, and then the way they ended at the end of that gate. Oh my goodness.
After the gate, kila mtu anaenda yake. With a heartbreak, na umeanza kwanza maisha. So how do you know? Because I know most of these young girls in campus think, I wouldn't say they are ready. They think they are ready for marriage.
And you know what they're looking for, most of them? They're looking for the home they have not had. Because they
want to have that home for themselves.
Yeah, because everybody desires a home. So sometimes maybe the home where they're coming from was not a home enough. So they're looking for somewhere they can feel. And then this guy takes advantage of your vulnerability. They realize this is what you lack and this is what you need. They try to show like they are giving you that. Some women, some girls even feel like being told, come and cook for me is a privilege that makes them feel more women than they are.
Okay. So how do these young girls prepare themselves to get into marriage?
They can't prepare themselves. They're supposed to be prepared.
How?
By us.
How do
information comes from this generation to the next generation.
Yeah, trickles down.
If you can have information on the internet, we should direct it to them. Try to direct this information to these young people. Let them know that there's more than what the eye can see. Let them know there's preparedness. Are you ready to handle motherhood at that age? Are you ready to handle the issues of marriage? Because marriage has issues. It is a person that has grown from elsewhere.
Two different backgrounds put together.
And you have to come to a point where you agree and merge. Because I'm not going to leave my background and you're going to leave your background. You actually don't get married as individuals. Munaoana na tabia na clan na ukoo zenyu. You come as a baggage to each other. Are you ready for it? And how do you get ready? Let this person be informed about what to expect in a marriage. There are people who believe when I get married, my husband will never talk to any other girl. I said talk. So are you still frowning? Talk.
No, because I don't get how you think that your husband will not talk to anyone else.
Do you know how many girls come to us for counseling? Crying. Someone is booking for an appointment and you think they are dying. And imagine I saw a text on my husband's phone. Then you're like, what was the text saying? Hi, dear.
So that's just giving you alpha.
Hey. Then I'm like, the other one saw a whole conversation of how they are getting their third born.
In another home.
Now, hi, dear. So you look at this girl and you're like, how much were you informed when you're getting married? How much did you know what to expect? Did you hear stories about other people's marriages? So that you know you can get such a scenario in your own marriage and you know how to handle it.
And there's nothing new under the sun.
No. What happens is happening.
Yeah, it's happening to many others.
Yeah. If Sarah told Abraham to sleep with the house girl to get a baby.
Whomst are you?
And then he said, send her away. Hey.
Now.
Even if life
I know. But that's the girl.
Yeah.
How do you prepare the man?
The man, men. Oh my God. Those are even the worst. Because most men are not even there.
No, someone told me. You
know, a woman cannot prepare a man.
Men get married physically, but it sinks in years later.
Yes, definitely.
Haya, nakuanga nimeoa.
Hey.
Like 3-4 kids down the line is when it's actually dawning onto them they are actually married.
Actually, this is how it happens. A man carries his heart with him. A woman throws her heart to the man. So at some point, the man has two hearts and you have none. And he's working calculatively towards you to bring his heart to you. Then you get a lot of pains and you feel so bad and you start calling back your heart. So by the time your heart is arriving, his heart is coming.
Zinakuja pamoja.
Zinafika na unapata mbili. So the man is all over you. You're wondering, 10 years away, I wanted you to do the same. Now you are trying to do what I thought. I don't even care. That is how marriages are. Marriages end up with wives pampered by husbands who are already tired of rushing everywhere.
And chasing everywhere.
And the wives are tired of this because they cried for it all the rest of their lives. So unaleta wakati nimechoka.
So then how do we prepare them?
Prepare is like this. Can we learn to know the psychology of men and psychology of women? A man will run after you. Akulete kwa nyumba akuweke, alafu ashindwe unafanya nini hapa?
Kume mimi mnoma.
Hivyo tu, as in uko kwa hao.
A man is a hunter.
Yes, and he's done. And then aenda hivi akurudi kwa nyumba ashindwe sasa unafanya. Anza kuuliza guy. Yani ni leta, na unafurahi unasema, hey, he was dying to have me, dying my food.
He was hunting.
He was doing his nature. It is the nature of a man to hunt. So you put yourself there and wait for him to come because he will eventually come. So if women can understand that these men will not arrive the same time.
So allow me to ask.
Ask.
You just said.
It's an ask.
You just said that just know he will come.
Yes.
So I'm supposed to persevere.
No, you're not persevering. Get busy with yourself.
Okay. There's women who think about, what if I lose him as I get busy with myself?
Lose who?
Him.
Why would you lose him? Let me ask you a question. What do you carry as a woman? What you carry is what will keep him.
The power
you just know what you have. Enhance it.
Men like to ask this question. I think this is the right forum.
All right.
A lot of the times, a man will tell you, what am I bringing to the table? I'm bringing a house, I'm bringing a car, I'm bringing finances, I'm bringing all these things.
Yes.
But as a woman, how do we answer that question?
Don't answer.
Oh.
Just be.
Okay.
Because the reason he's asking is because you're not becoming. Let me say this. You know, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
A staunch Christian. I believe in the Bible like the breath I'm breathing. When God created the man, he finished. He gave him dominion. Go and name the animals. By the way, whatever we call the animals is what the man named them.
Yeah.
And
that's
even
God. A man is how a man's mind works.
Yes.
I give it to them powerful.
Thank you.
That I give to them.
Now, when the woman was created, this is what happened. The man was made to sleep, not to interfere with the creation.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there are some things we would be having 10 of them, like boobs, like...
I know.
You know, they would have said, ongeza zingine tano. So God made them sleep. He fashioned the woman and brought the woman to the man. He never introduced. He never did what?
And the man said...
The man perceived. The man perceived. A man will perceive a woman when the woman becomes.
Yeah.
So just become. He will perceive you. The vibe that brought you to his life, and he chose you among the rest. The one thing I always ask women, especially when I'm doing
change,
keki, I do cut
cake cutting. A cake matron.
At cut caking.
Cake
whatever. So I usually ask this woman in the gown, what exactly, na nitakuuliza kwa masikio, ni nini huyu mtu aliona kwako? Imagine, I don't know, stupid.
Me no.
People get to know.
You know?
People get to know because what are you going to nurture? This what a man will constantly speak about you, that you will know you're sparkling mvuta. Keep it. And you will be sure that is the vibe that will keep him there.
Sio tulianza na, you know, dressing nice katikati tunavaa.
And you also don't dress for him, dress for you.
For you.
Let me tell you how the psychology of men and women works. A man does not connect with you in their mind. A man does not connect with you in your emotions. Nyamaza.
Sorry, guys.
Oh
wow. I am ears. I am sorry.
No problem, don't worry. You know I'm joking.
Yeah.
A man connects with you with your feelings. Feelings, not actions.
Yeah.
If you feel nice about yourself, he will feel nice about you. If you've ever had a relationship, I know you have, and you have a connection with a man, and this guy, mnakosana, mkona struggle, mnavurutana, like kuna ile mmekosana mpaka hamuongei. You take your phone, you want to call him, and then you say, he has to call first. Then unangoja hapa apige, akipiga unakataa kushika, and then una regret. Au kuna mahali umefika. Wait until the moment you will say, you know what? Nimeenda kwa shughuli zangu, akitaka atapiga. Hiyo ndio utakuta 10 missed calls. He feels umeachilia na umejirudia. Now he follows where you have gone. So for a woman to make your man keep following you, follow yourself.
Be you.
Be you. Love you. Embrace you. Treat yourself right. Then he will come, because a man comes to affirm. You know, they are strong. They want to come and manifest. Mahali umemuonyesha. But when your heart is with him throughout, aezi kuja ataenda kwenye yako. Because umemuonyesha hiyo direction ndio tunaenda. So guide your man towards you. Because you. Na ndio maana tulitolewa kwa the rib. Because you and him is the same thing.
Yeah.
So when he treats you right, he feels nice about himself. But when you over-treat him nice, he feels nice about himself, not you. So a woman will be like, why can't he appreciate? I'm killing myself for him, my friend. That is a man, not a woman.
Killing yourself?
That's a man, not a woman.
Yeah.
He doesn't have capacity to receive love. He has capacity to receive respect and honor. You have the capacity to receive love. So sit down and become, and he will definitely come to what you have become. What are you bringing on the table? Myself, I'm enough.
I am the table.
I am enough. I'm the table. I'm the content on the table, and I'm enough. You don't have to say it if you don't feel it. I am
the content and the table.
And you know what? If you say it and you don't feel it, he will not take it.
Yeah, true.
If you feel it and you don't even say it, he will get it.
You know what's funny about this entire conversation?
Thanks.
When we were starting this conversation,
it was about payment.
I was going this way, and you were going this way. And
are you about to answer to my altar call?
Yeah.
Say after me. Sema nyuma yangu Bwana Yesu.
I'm just here agreeing with you. I'm just here agreeing to everything you're saying.
When we go back to the origin, where do we all come from?
Where did we start?
What do you believe?
Begin? Yeah.
90% of our religions in the world believe in creation. And in the story of creation, the man was created first. Then the woman was created as the helper. Now this helper wants to be paid. Keep on being paid.
If God wanted us to be paid, it would have started from the beginning.
And we were created to help because they are alone.
Yeah. We came in as helpers. Is it the right or the left hand? The right hand
of the man. I don't even know. We have to research that after this. But it's somewhere in the man.
It's just somewhere.
We came somewhere up here, not down there, and not up here.
I'm being made to understand it's the left rim.
It's the left.
Yeah. So we are helpers on this side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
and
you
we must
so much.
feel sweet about it. Imagine you being a helper. It means you are so powerful because the one to be helped is powerless. You help someone kwa sababu ameshindwa. Na bado unataka mshindane na mwenye ameshindwa. Stay in your place, woman, and feel nice about yourself.
Wow. As a woman.
Yeah.
So as we wind
up. The way I love it. You know, when I was growing up, I actually used to feel like men are better than women. Until I realized the power in a woman. Nataka ninyeshe kila mwezi.
For some reason, I don't know. I'm not a feminist, but I've always known a woman is power.
Yeah.
A woman is power.
Imagine even the way we reason, the way we can handle 10 things at the same time. I want to be a woman even in the next 10 lives to come.
Well, for me, I want to be a woman, but there are some things I wish we could adjust in the contract of being a woman.
Like
why is birthing so painful?
Birthing for the giving of birth. Yeah, maybe that one you can adjust.
Things like those.
Yeah.
Some, softer things.
Softer things.
Yeah, I agree. So as we wind up, unfortunately, talk to the women.
Okay.
No, you can. I know the women you'll speak. I don't know, who do you speak to more powerful, women or men?
Both.
Yeah.
Of course, I find myself like men feel like maybe I can't tell them much.
And I'll give you two platforms: speak to the women, and then speak to the men.
Okay. Women.
Yeah, you can start with the women and then the men, or the men and then the women.
All right. Women, just know yourselves. The moment you understand the power that you carry, you are going to enjoy being a woman, and you're not going to compete with any man. You will stay in your place and accomplish your assignment because we were created for a purpose. So be the woman you're supposed to be. Give yourself the best. Be the best version of yourself. A man will always have to perceive a good woman. So become the best you can, and the man that is assigned for you will locate you and keep you. And as for men, you are the kings. Please stay up there and make the rules. Remember, we are here for you to guide us. If you don't have direction, tutachukua gari na tutaendesha. So don't complain like tunakalia viti zenyu. Right now, venye nimeketi kwa hii kiti, nobody can sit on it. So if your seat has been sat on, you are standing.
If the seat is empty, I will sit on it.
Yeah, tuwezi eta viti zikiwa empty. So men, up your game and become the men you're supposed to be. Otherwise, tuko na power sana. We can sit on both seats comfortably. Unaona tuko wakubwa huku chini.
Very nice.
We can sit on two
very
seats
comfortably.
Very comfortably.
And warm
but
the
we
seats.
love you. We appreciate you, men. We acknowledge you, and you are the men that are the representatives of God. So can you be like God to us? And you are going to be like the wives you're supposed to be. And if you have issues, if you have problems, sometimes you have no one to talk to. I'll give you my number. Can I?
Freely.
Thanks.
Yes, please.
Grace Destiny Facebook, Grace Destiny YouTube. My phone number, I have one. Now, your number, if you call and I don't pick, please send a message. I will answer to your messages. 0724 537 530. Call me for conferences, for seminars, for cake cutting, for cut caking, for one-on-one individual calls. We of course there are charges because that is the work I do.
Yes.
So let's talk. Don't die. Don't kill. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't hate yourself. Talk to Grace Destiny. 0724 537 530. 0724 537 530. Grace Destiny, all handles of social platforms.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I can't add. I'll not reduce. I'll just leave it is that. Would you please come back other times?
Definitely, why not? This is home.
And then we can start that forum that we were talking about.
Exactly.
To empower these men and women. Yeah.
We need to.
We do.
We can even do seminars. We can find up and you may attend.
Thank you so much for coming.
Welcome.